advocate, but not only advocating, represent and become consistent in what I'm doing. And this is what means by protocol. I will take that issue to the Dean of Students. The Dean of Students will clear me and say, this day or this day we'll be having a Senate meeting discussing on the security aspect. And currently we are having a lot of security issues. And security in the University of Embu is not a privilege. It is a fundamental right to every student in the University of Embu. Currently also, we are having an unworkable kangaroo police station where we don't even have a police vehicle that can, and we have less than 4 to 6 police officers in the kangaroo police station. This means that in that sense, when you follow the protocol, this is a governed institution. Going that issue in the DVC will call the MP and the governor. The governor will sit down and say, what are we going to do? Let us do this and do this in security matters. We can establish a forum whereby we all sit as a student council, the administration of the school, and the county government on how to put these measures. And in that so doing, they can tell us, they can also give us timelines of putting the security lights. We can be talking about solving an issue, yet we are not mentioning timelines of an issue. Let's say if I'm elected today, we must have timelines of everything we are doing. And that means reason. In an informal way, they can introduce a street lights or CCTV, and in the informal way of Kiswahili, we say taa.
Thank you. Mr. Brian, backing to what you have just told me, you have quoted kangaroo, right? You said kangaroo has only 4 security?
I said it has 4 to 6.
4 to 6
officers,
right?
Yes.
What is your influence, or what is your impact as a mine rep to the operations?
Thank you so much. The Constitution of the University of Embu gives me the powers to advocate for the security. And what I'm saying is this, we have protocols.
Can I ask you?
Yes.
Internal, external security.
Yes. And the Constitution of the University of Embu says,
I've asked internal, external. Give me one.
I think my panelists, you can open the Constitution. It says inside or outside
no,
the
Mr. Brian, give me clearly. I asked the question.
Yes.
Internal or external security?
Internal security.
Internal security.
Both. Yes.
Tell me how you are going to influence the activities of the community for your best interest or for the interest of your comrades.
Thank you so much. I want to start by saying, to first correct you, not the interest of the community, the interest of the comrades. First of all, you say the interest of the community. I want to be specific by saying the community. You know, here we have different communities, but you say the interest of the comrade is a better word.
But kangaroo, it's an external security edit. But we have an internal security edit. If you disregard what we have internally, you go source for external. Mr. Brian, make me understand.
Thank you so much. And I want to ask these informal questions. Do all students live in school? No. The answer is no. We have students living outside, and you have said that security is paramount. The aspect of why we are saying we have internal security here is to guard the property around the university. But again, because it's an institution, government institution, students have their residency out there. I think on that point, if they have their residency, that means out there, it means the government has the duty of care to these complaints out there. And I'm saying this, and I already say the formula of success, powered by consistency. Meaning, if we follow that and tell the DVC to pressure these people to provide security, not only internally but externally for the students, they'll be safe. And I want to take an example. On the other day,
on the interest of time, kindly.
Yeah, just some few minutes. On the other day, we are having even police officers here inside with dogs, your panelists. And Vincent Cheriot was killed outside there. Instead, they could be out there championing for the rights and protect the protocols of the University of Embu.
So you feel insecurity is outside, not inside, right?
I feel insecurity must be, it is a very thing that is concerning and must be taken to both sides, not only in the university, but also both, because students live outside, meaning inside and outside the University of Embu.
Mr. Jeremiah, what is your take on liaison for external security entities with the university?
I want to kindly request you to repeat the statement you have just said.
What is your take on Mr. Brian's suggestion on liaison between the internal security and external security?
Okay, now as a male representative in this institution, there is only as much as you can do because the constitution states your roles, right? Now, because you are in a system and you have been given specific roles to perform, that does not mean that you can only do as much as that. You can go forward to follow up and check up to see if they have been followed. On mattering external security, because we are a public institution, the government will also take a step to make sure that we are also secure. So for that reason, I think we should liaise with the county government to make sure that areas around the student residential areas are more secure. Is that okay?
Mr. Jeremiah, you have mentioned about something, a quote, maybe let me say a vocabulary called public. What do you understand by the term public?
A public institution in the Constitution of Kenya is, I understand it as a belonging of the government of Kenya.
Thank you. As you have clearly stated, right? So we have had cases where students want to access the university premises without their ID, student ID. Make me understand, why should student request to access the university without the student ID, claiming that this is a public institution?
Now, Mr. Ramadan, as much as democracy gives us freedom to express and act as we can with the limitation of the Constitution, we also have to take matters or put policies to ensure that our students are safe. Now, that can also be a measure to prevent such like an...
Thank you so much. The issue of male issues is, first of all, they are passing through a lot of things, depressions, they are passing through a lot of welfare stagnation issues. And how I'm going to address it in the university. Currently, we are having a University of Embu Male Forum. That by the essence of facts, last semester it wasn't working. That UOM Forum of the Comrades, the person who was there, in some point of a way, the scaling of the new heights, the standards wasn't reached. We are going to introduce a program of male empowerment programs, whereby we have all men seated like this, talk with them, have a section. Always in every semester we always have one, but we want to negotiate with the institution. We at least have 2 male forums every semester, so that in doing so we enrich and teach the men of our society that you are treasured, you are valued, and you are the most important people in the society we need at the University of Embu.
Mr. Brian, if I got you well, did you say the outgoing male rep slept on the job, on the male club, something?
I want to concur, and also at some point, not misquote that way. I want to say we have a standard of doing things, and in a way, we are all heading to the mountain top. But a Willie, let's say he reached some height. I'm coming to come and scale another height, better height for the University of Embu Men Forum, so that we may have a University of Embu that is active, that is prospective, that has a vision, as we also have a WhatsApp channel that is communicative, the University of Embu Men Forum. I want to establish a committee for it. We're having a chairperson for that men's forum, we're having a secretary, we're having a treasurer, we are having a secretary general, and we're having an information person in that department. Thank you so much.
Okay, to you, Mr. Jeremiah, should I repeat the question?
Yes, kindly.
What are the current male student challenges in the institution, and how are you going to address them?
Well, about that question, there are various challenges being faced by male students, but that does not mean that they are special, because they are also comrades of this school. Now, I would like to answer your question by classifying the challenges being faced by comrades of this institution, because I am a gender representative in the UESA Council, please, if you allow me. Now, one of them is academic challenges. I am a big fan of people learning about financial literacy, self-development, and character improvement. For that reason, in our library, we currently have limited number of books pertaining those topics. How I'm going to address that is that I'm going to advocate for the increment of those books in the library. Now, about other issues in sanitation, in the male hostels and female hostels also. Now, that is a common issue because they are all comrades of this institution. For that reason, I'm going to advocate that there are improved sanitation policies and that all hostels meet the required sanitation standards by the WHO guidelines. Thank you very much. There are as many roles, but at the moment, please be satisfied with those.
You have talked something about hostels. Do you mean students are living dirty or not well maintained hostel?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that as well as we have the current sanitation standard, we can also improve on that to avoid the issue of being backward.
So how is it currently?
It is fairly good.
Mr. Abdullahi, should I repeat the question? What are the current male student challenges in the institution and how are you going to address them as male rep?
Okay, I'll mention one of the current ongoing issues with men. Women face a lot of challenges, and one of it being mental health stigma. And a way to curb it, I will introduce a program, Men Empowerment Program, whereby it will initiate sessions, mentorship sessions, whereby we'll invite alumni, successful alumni, counselors to come and talk to our students on matters concerning leadership and many more. Thank you.
Thank you. My question to you, contestant, this is actually my last question, so that I will give opportunity to the final moderator. How would you handle a case of male student discrimination in the campus? How would you handle the case of male student discrimination in campus? Can I now maybe try to start with the middle person? Kindly.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, as a leader, you don't have to work with assumptions. You need to work with facts, right? So for that...
Mr. Jeremiah, I didn't state any assumption in my question. My question was right. How will you handle a case of male student discrimination? I didn't mention somewhere assumption.
Thank you very much. I was proceeding to answer your question, but you cut me short. Let me start again. As a leader, you have to work with facts. Now, if I receive information of male students being discriminated in the school, first of all, the first step I will need to do is factualize the information and make sure that the information is very, very credible. Then, if that is the case and the information is true, I will work with the responsible authorities to handle the matter in a very, very peaceful way.
Take for instance, a male student being maybe abused by a female student.
Abused in which ways, Mr. Ramadan?
Have you ever encountered a situation where a male student being beaten by a female student who are cohabiting?
At a personal level, I haven't, and I don't think that will be the matter with our men in this institution, because I am advocating for very, very strong men who are not weak. but also not chauvinist.
How well are you sure of such not happening?
Now, you are trying to put me in a situation where I'll be like omnipotent.
But Mr. Jeremiah, these are reality. Things happen.
Mr. Ramadan, when somebody outlines rules to follow, they don't go ahead to ensure that every atom or every cell in that ecosystem is following those rules. So you can only outline the rules and make sure or do as much as you can to ensure that the members to which you are setting the rules can follow them. That is why we even have the justice system in this country. Because even though we have the constitution and the rules of the country, not everyone will follow them. Right?
The question? With the interest of time, let me move to Mr. Brian, kindly.
Thank you so much. The question of, let's say, a conflict arises. At the University of Embu, we have an advisor of the University of Embu. We have protocols and we have people who work in those departments. When I get such an issue, I may take it to the department before I may handle it on my own. If it becomes impossible, I will take it to the council advisor of the University of Embu. We may give us the guidelines on how to do it. And as much as I am concerned, these students are also governed by the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, because I may think that they are above the age of 18, meaning the aspect of right to non-discrimination also applies in the Constitution. Article 27 talks about equality of the all people in the Republic of Kenya, and it is an institution that is governed by the law of Kenya. We'll make sure that this thing doesn't happen before. How are we going to do it? We're going to educate the female and the men on their own issues.
Thank you, Mr. Brian. For the interest of time, let me give you an analogy, and I need you to reason with me. For instance, a male student, a mature, had broken by a female student. Is that maybe on the basis of physical size, or kind of, what will you handle such a situation?
Let's say they have separated or such a thing. Separation, we have different types of separation. Maybe we have voluntary and involuntary. We have a situation where they both agree to leave each other, and involuntary situation where they both don't disagree at all. Like someone says, I still need you, the other person says, I don't need you. Maybe you can give me a guideline on the two.
This is a situation when a male student is actually left without any notice. Maybe the male wants to continue with the relationship, but the female does not want. So the female decides to walk away. And the male is left traumatized, going through depression, pressure. How will you handle such?
Thank you so much. Handling such a situation, it needs first what we call inclusivity. It needs communication. For example, and let's say you're having a friend. That friend of yours is very concerned with you. He is very concerned and is your friend and helps you. You'll report the issue to us. Maybe another way of doing it is we form a channel whereby men issues, anonymous link whereby these old men issues are addressed. But the best one is when we educate people that when your friend is in need, you help that friend.
Mr. Brian, kindly, just need a direct answer, please.
Okay. This is the situation. You have a friend, and I know all of us are having friends who are very caring. That friend may communicate to us that we are having a friend so and so is passing through this issue and this issue. By doing so, we'll come to a conclusion and say, let us meet this person and let us meet the other party. We have what we call a mediation table. We come and talk, we say, what was the issue that arose? How are we going to help each other?
What if mediation fails?
If mediation fails, there is a principles and a doctrine of accepting the situation as it is.
What if I don't agree with the situation?
My esteemed panelists, are you in that situation?
Mr. Brian, I'm just giving you an analogy of what normally happens. Are you going to force the girl to go back to the student?
As we all know,
I don't know, kind
let me now educate you on this.
Please.
When you're forming something, let's say a relationship, we are all human beings, and there's the art of risk taking. When you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean you're going to marry each other. You have, as a man and a woman, know that this thing may end at a particular time, and when it ends, what should I do? What should I do in this aspect and this aspect? You should not limit we'll educate them that you should not limit yourself, that when you are left, currently we are having 7 billion ladies. Thank you.
Ms. Ayla, kindly rise of male student discrimination.
Well, first of all, we'll identify the discriminated male student and try to show him and give him the support that he needs for that time. I'll try to solve the issue when we have limits. When the issue surpasses, we have the authorities who are above us in terms of intellectual matters.
Mr. Brian and Mr. Ayla, you say you have limits. What are those limits, kindly?
I didn't say I have limits. I mean we have limits.
Yes, I need to know those limits.
Limits in terms of solving things, in terms of analyzing things differently. Well, I have a skill that I might lack a certain skill that maybe I will liaise with the other leaders who will be there with me, inshallah.
Thank you. Let me hand over to the last moderator.
Okay, to our last question on Brian. What long-term initiative do you wish to introduce that will improve the male students' social, academic, and mental well-being?
Thank you so much. In that question, we're going to answer it in very different ways. Our men society, some of them are talented in different ways. Some of them love sports, some of them love education, some of them like traveling, and in so doing, that is why we said we are having a men forum. We'll be having, let's say, meetings. We say we have teams in football. We want these men to become busy in whatever they're doing. We don't want to create a situation where we are getting a gap for these men to feel depressed and everything. We want to create an active men society, that we, as the University of Embu Men Forum, we are inclusive. We meet these people. We tell them the men society. We educate them on what they are supposed to do. We tell them you are treasured. You are valued in the University of Embu. Do this and do this. We have, let's say now we invite guests here, a very prominent male guest. You'll educate us, teach us on the prospects on how to do things better as men.
Okay, thank you. To you, Jeremiah. Should I repeat the question?
Yes, please.
What long-term initiative do you wish to introduce that will improve the male students' social, academic, and mental well-being?
Okay, as I continue to answer that question, please allow me to say this. The reason why some countries are far much ahead of us is because they take very, very primordial measures to tackle issues that even have not yet happened. But that is not the case with our continent. Our continent waits for that issue to happen, then they start planning to handle it. The example is like floods in Nairobi, So as an institution, we can put forward measures like having books in the library, so that yes, no student has requested studying those books, but you have them in case a student wants to read them, right? Then about mental issues, we can educate people. Let me refer to Mr. Ramadan's last issue of heartbreak. We can educate people on how to handle such like issues when they happen. You see, now those are primordial measures being put forward to take position in case such an issue arises. That is a good answer.
Channels will you use to educate what you have said?
The channels are available in our institution, and I'm sure that the fraternity of the Embu University will support me if I want to make sure that the well-being of their comrades is improved.
Which channels will you use?
Please be specific.
You have said you will use channels to educate these male students.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we can use resources. At this time, we have the social media, we have TikTok, we have our university email, we even have halls like this where we can call students to attend such like forums, but being based on educational issues.
Okay, to Mr. Hyla, the same question. What long-term initiative do you wish to introduce that will improve the male students' social, academic, and mental well-being?
Well, I think of male empowerment program, which covers a lot of we can use that medium to try and solve many issues such as mental awareness, stigma, and education challenges here and there. So, personally, I know that idleness, it's what that brings up ideas of maybe you have an issue. So, in a litanga idea, that's the society.
Okay. Each one of you is required to take less than 2 minutes to give the closing statement. We may start with Brian.
The power of change resides in each one of us. And let us give ourselves a university where regardless of who is in power, regardless of who is in authority, that does not change each and every one's ability to achieve his or her own dream. After listening to my fellow worthy opponents, if you want a leader who has ideas and does not provide solutions, vote for Abdullahi. If you want a leader who doesn't know protocols, who doesn't recognize the systems in the University of Embu, who is the beginning and the end of the decisions, vote for Jeremiah. If you want
Kindly, Mr. Brian, there is a rule. Kindly.
Thank you.
No attacking your opponents. With the interest of time, Mr. Jeremiah, kindly.
Thank you very much. I want to engage in my aspirant's code of conduct. I would like to state clearly on record that, please.
Order, kindly. Order. Let's listen to Mr. Jeremiah as he speaks.
Yes, thank you very much again for this opportunity. You have been listening to me very carefully, and I think you have evaluated me well to be a competent leader. I want to state again clearly on record that I want to engage in my aspirant's code of conduct, and I am very, very competent enough to be the main representative of this school. Now, as I take this opportunity, maybe this is the last chance we are meeting in a forum like this, and I want to conclude by quoting Martin Luther King Jr., that the persistent question in life is that what have you done for the people? Thank you very much.
First of all, I want to thank the coordinators for coordinating this session, and also I want to thank my fellow students over there for giving us the time to show them how we are competent for this position. And also, as I conclude, I know that leadership comes from God, and so God help me.
And God will surely help you.